Welcome. My name is Jan Harm. I'm a product designer from the Netherlands who fell in love with spoons some 20 something years ago. And I would like you to show how to use the stuff that is normally left in the woods and use it to make little scoops. And making scoops involves a side branch and a little trunk. That means that you have a crook here. We call that a crook. And it's a great way to teach yourself to work with crooked wood. And crooked wood can be really interesting to make small pocket spoons that you can carry with you all the time, and it has this nice bend in it. Why is a crook so nice? Well, the fibers go through here and then into there, and that's continuous. So you don't have short fibers, and short fibers is something you would like to avoid, because with short fibers you get cracks and you can destroy your spoon easily. If you would like to get into this adventure of making the little scoops, I would advise to make probably 3 at the same time. And it has several reasons. If you make 3, there's always one that pops up as the best, and that's important. There's one you can be too adventurous with and you can throw away, and then there will be another one. It doesn't hurt if you mess up really, and also if you make 3, you can make them. You can have that question: shall I do this or that? And you can do both. It's really a good way to learn. And another nice thing about the mini scoops is that they are quick. You can probably make one within half an hour. So I don't know where Anna is, but Anna borrowed me her saw. That's cool. So yeah, I just found these. I will be teaching mini scoops tomorrow or the day after. I'm not sure. People keep signing me up for stuff, and it's a surprise where I am. Okay, so here is an handle, and here is the scoop area that I'm going to use. This, I'm not sure, I might be able to use this as well, but it's a very thick handle, so I could make something else out of it. I start with this one and show you. So as you see, I go along with the side branch here and use that for direction, because I'm a lazy person. It saves me work and makes it easier. And then I have to decide how long will I make my scoop. Probably like this, but maybe a little shorter. So maybe a little shorter, but then I cut it like this anyways, because when it's done, of course. So that's a good start, and there are more adventures in here like this. I could make something else from this, because there's more wood. I could turn the end here into a little ball. Maybe I will do that later. I don't know how much time you guys have, but maybe here or maybe elsewhere. Okay. There we go. Again, having this wood, I can try to do 2 different things. and I can make them at the same time. It's a new axe. I haven't tried it much. As you know, first thing we do when we make a spoon from a little trunk. Sorry about that, Tom. This will make some noise. Is we take the trunk and we chop it in half, and that is because we don't want the pith in. So about here, and then I eyeball. I take care that I go on a 90 degrees angle with my handle, and I take the pith out entirely like this. Usually I would prefer actually to take it from the front end. When I make a Swedish porridge spoon, as I call it, you know, the short-handled, very bent spoon, I cut it from the side to be sure that I keep my the end where the scoop will be. I want to keep it intact. If, like now, I take it from the back side, which in this case is convenient because I can't take it from the other side because there's the handle. I take it from here. You can already see that it turns a little bit. There's always a little twist in the wood. So, but this will work, and I can square it up easily like this. So, and the other one as well. So, this is gone. And then I start with the back. I start with this. It's really small work, but take care if you do axe work like this to keep your hand closed, of course. And I like to work like this, so I feel secure, even on small work. You can use your knife as well for this stuff. I continue until this bit, which is the main trunk of my scoop. And I wanted to move on into the side branch. So that means that as the maker, I'm in charge and I can decide what it will look like. I will take this further later with a knife. So here we are. Next thing is I start with 3 facets for the bottom of my scoop. That means that I take off a little bit. I need to decide, depending on how much wood I have, if I want to do this or I want to do that or whatever. It's all in the wood, and I can decide whether I want it higher and narrower or I want it wider and shallower. I can choose that, so it's up to me. And also with this one. So so you can just do chop chop and it looks like that. But I thought a little bit about it. Here we go. So I can have a look how the bark is. Usually I don't mind a little bit of bark. When I carve in winter, I sometimes like to keep the bark on to show where the scoop comes from. But in summer you can't really do that because the cambium, the mysterious one cell layer between the bark and the wood, is too active. It's very snotty and wet and doesn't stick at all, so you can't keep the bark on. But this will look like a natural edge. It's white now, but later in 15 minutes or so you will see it darken and it gets to a nice orange probably. And well, I will go on with this one. So, already done. The bottom. And just redo what I just did with the axe. See, I carve from the trunk right into the side branch, so you don't see where one stops and the other starts. And usually I completely forget about it and it doesn't really matter, which is strange because analyzing it, the fibers here go like this and then there's fibers that go like that. But going in this direction you don't notice that difference very much, so you can play with it like that. And okay, 3 facets is enough for now, and I like to upgrade while I'm working and make more facets, but 3 facets are easily manageable. So I can make it narrower if I like it narrower, or make it wider. Can correct symmetry if it's not symmetric, and I can play with it. And this is a playful thing to do. So it's important to keep some freedoms there. Okay. Not sure how long I will keep it, how long the handle will be. So, one other way to do this is with the back of your knife. Never scrape with the sharp end of your knife because it destroys the edge quite easily, but with the blunt end it really works nicely. So there we go, a naked scoop. Then I will start making the scoop. This is quite an unconventional way of hollowing out. I do it like this. I come with my my spoon knife. I kind of dig it in and I can pull out the fibers like this. It's very easy. See, quick and dirty. You just loosen the fibers and you pull them out. You can start like that. And then you can start cleaning up a little bit. I use Swante's standard spoon knife here because it has a nice small size. That's one thing. I really need a Swante knife to make small scoops because any other knife is too wide. This is his standard knife. He also makes a smaller one for kids, I think, with a narrower handle. But this is small enough. This is birch, of course, as you saw. Birch is very good for this trick with the side branch. Many species are good to play with in this way, with the side branch, and some are not. Like rowan, for instance, is horrible. You can't do this with rowan. It's very wild around this connection, and it doesn't work really nicely. But Most others you can use. Alder I've used, sycamore I've used a little harder. So okay, I take care that here at the heel of the spoon, as I like to call it, I dig in quite deep, because you need a bit of space to scoop that sugar or whatever it is that you want to scoop. So, whoops. And I want the sides to stay parallel here. And of course, as you'll understand, these sides here, they are kind of an optical illusion, because the thinner I make the sides, the thinner the whole scoop looks. Okay. There we go. And it's a workable scoop, but there are some things that I don't like. I don't like all the extra meat that is here. It makes the whole spoon look a bit clunky. So if you have anything that has the geometry like a Mora 106, it works really nicely to make a narrow radius. And I do want to make a narrow radius here. So it goes like this. I pick up this side here, and here at this neck I can put the point of my knife. I can work really safely towards me like this, because my work is in between my tool and my own flesh here. So see, this starts to look more elegant, if you like. So I remove, it's almost nothing that I remove, but it's the different look. This looks thick, this looks thin, only because I work my way towards the other side here. So the original cambium here, you see that it starts to darken, by the way. That's oxidation, it reacts with oxygen. So one side here, and then I use the other side there. Now I find that the wood is not entirely symmetric, and then it's up to me as a maker in this case to decide if that's a bug or it's a feature, if I want it or I don't want it. If I do want it, I need to exaggerate it to show that I've seen it and I've acted upon it, to make it look even worse, you know. to make it stronger, to show that I'm in charge here carving, and not the wood that. So okay, so there we go. It's a scoop, all right. I like this feature that it bends, and yeah, I can play with that as well. I do like to make a little hook, but it's not really feasible, I think, because the handle is too thin. Maybe I can just a little hook. If I want a hook, I may start with a stopping cut here. That's a stopping cut. See, a little cut. And stopping cuts, you have to be careful that they stop. And especially in the beginning, and later when you get down into it, the stopping quality of the stop cut gets better. You can revisit there, and once I am as deep as this, there's no risk that I will slip through it. So I can go like this, Okay. So see, so I made this a little bit narrower. I got my scoop here. I'm working towards that hook here. And then the wood starts to get lumpy again here. So what I do like is to, after where the hook will be, I take the wood down in the same way that the handle was here. So see, so here and then the hook, and then we are back at it. Then I do want to make the hook as if it sort of protrudes from the back of the handle. So I carve away the sides of that hook so I get a continuous line, nevertheless not disregarding the hook here. And I need a little bit more space for the hook. But then there's a funny thing you can do. You all know about the fiber directions and how you cannot go against the fiber direction, but actually there are lots of tricks that you can do. One good trick is to go perpendicular to the fibers and cut right through them from the side. And if I do that with the tip of my Mura 106 lookalike, I go in and through and out. This is quite small, I'm not sure if you can see what I'm doing. But I go in, through and out in sort of a slicing forward motion. And if you look from this side, it starts to look like a proper hook already. I can do it from the other side as well. This is all make-believe. It's not really a hook, it just looks like a hook. So, see, it's a slicing movement right through the fibers. And then the last bit can do like that as well. So then I have a hook, see? So, almost there. I do like to have a thumb rest. I don't know why, you know. You don't really need anything like it, but it also gives me the possibility to make an angle correction like this. And then there's a few things I like to use the spoon knife to make it a little bit hollow. It looks very comfortable for the fingers. Actually, it doesn't do anything, but it looks good. And then I'm almost done. This looks a bit crude here with the straight edges, and it's safe to carve them round as long as you work towards where the most fibers are. If I would work the other way, I would split it off. So, like that, usually I take 2 steps. So, it looks nice and round. Like that. I haven't been on the underside, and since I already told you, I was a little bit lazy today. I'm not thinning the whole bit on the underside, but just to make believe. Like that. Just one thing more, and that is I just cut this off, you know, and it looks kind of crude. I haven't been there as the maker, I haven't been there as the designer. It's just a crude end. And as soon as you do the littlest thing possible, like just removing a little corner, it just shows that you have been there, and makes it much more credible. Okay. So yeah, I did not carve 3 facets here. In my opinion, 2 facets are not enough, because then it looks like an angle. But 3 facets are. 3 facets looks like you have the intention to have it round, and it looks nice, round and friendly. So there you go. It's a sugar scoop. Yeah, I will be teaching these either tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. I'm not sure, but it will be on the big board. Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, you can have a look, of course. Thanks.